Hi everyone, today's video I'm really excited about because I'm going to be introducing a new budget idea on my channel. So this, I'm just gonna start off just to let you know, this is highly inspired by Hannah Louise Poston here on YouTube. I love her content. She also has an English degree from the University of Michigan. And so the way she her word choice and the way she strings words together is very unique and eloquent, and I like it a lot. And I highly recommend her. I'll leave her channel down below. But she did a no-buy year, and then she did a year where she had a monthly budget, and that's how much she could spend. And now this year she's got like a yearly budget. And I was really inspired by this. I've watched her for a while, but I was thinking about it because I do have an issue with shopping. And you know, I wanted to make a video about it because I know in the past when I've tried to do like low buys or things as far as makeup specifically is concerned, when I made a video about it, it held me more accountable. So I am planning on doing like monthly updates and things like that because again, it makes me more accountable. But what I want to do is not just have a makeup budget. And that's not what Hannah did either. Hannah has like a life budget. And that's really what I think I need, because when I stopped buying makeup, because I was on a no-buy for 2 years and I didn't buy any makeup or beauty products, and unless it was like a replacement. And when I did that, I could do that effectively, but I saw a decrease in that spending, but an increase in my spending on like clothes or jewelry or homewares or things like that. So instead of like reducing my overall spending, I was really just like moving my budget from one place to the other. And if you don't know, John and I are getting married in December. And because of that, we're going on this honeymoon. And I know from like just life, I really enjoy spending money on experiences, or like John and I both love food. We love it. So that's what I'd rather like put our money towards instead of just buying. Also, I'm at that point where like even if we had like $10 million, I think I would just spend $10 million instead of like being like, you know, I just think it's an overall problem. And it's not good, it's not healthy, and it's not good for like our future. So John and I discussed it last night. Pause for dramatic effect / let me have some more coffee. And what we've decided, is that I now have a budget of $100 a month. And so with that budget, I can buy whatever I want, but I can't overbuy. I can't go over my budget. So every month I'll have $100 to spend on whatever I want. At the end of the month, I will update y'all, tell you how much I spent and how much I spent and like what I bought. That's what I was trying to say. Completely lost track of thought. And I think that is like a reasonable amount for where we are in our life right now. And I won't feel too limited, like, oh, I can't have anything. But at the same time, I won't be attributing to this constant pattern of just shopping all the time for everything. And I think that's really important. And I think it's good to have a balance. Now, we're gonna have to talk about the rules because it's more than just $100 a month, you know? There are gonna be rules here. And John and I had to discuss them last night because I'm really bad about like setting rules or having these ideas and then in like a week like trying to like find loopholes for myself or like make be like, well, this doesn't count because of this. So I have to think of any exception that I would have at the beginning, otherwise I'm gonna cheat. And I know it's just cheating myself and things like that. I know that, but it's what I do. So, here are the rules. Replacements are fine. I can buy replacements without spending my budget, but it has to be a true replacement. Now, so like if I run out, like I'm just looking at my nail polish collection up here, and I'm almost out of my base coat. So if I run out of my base coat and I need to buy a new one, I can buy a new one. That's totally fine. Won't be spending my budget. But if I go to buy a new base coat and because I want to get free shipping, I buy like 2 more things, both of those things will come out of my budget. Also, because I have this problem. I love seasonal things, and it's September 3rd. Yes, it is the 3rd. So we're about to start decorating for Halloween, and then right after Halloween we decorate for Christmas. I skip Thanksgiving. I don't really get a lot of joy out of Thanksgiving. I know that's some people's favorite holidays, and great. You love you some Thanksgiving. I don't. So we go from September to October, we have the house decorated for Halloween. And November and December, the house is decorated for Christmas. And that's what makes me the happiest. And John doesn't care. John just like gets the boxes out and is like, all right, what do you want me to do now? It's not his thing. He doesn't care. So that's what we do, because it's what I like to do. So, maybe when we have kids, we'll decorate for Thanksgiving. But like, I just don't like Thanksgiving that much, honestly. I just do not. So I'm really bad about, I don't know if it's bad, but I really enjoy having everything I can seasonal. And so for us, that includes things like, I use cocktail napkins every morning at our coffee station. So it's like, oh, here are my seasonal cocktail napkins. So if I run out of like my Halloween cocktail napkins, but I still have other cocktail napkins, that's not a replacement. If I want to go buy Halloween ones because I'm out, but I have other ones I could use, I'm going to have to spend my budget on it. Same thing with soap, because again, I love me some seasonal soap. So if I'm like, well, we ran out of Halloween soap, so I should go buy some, that's fine, but it's my budget. It doesn't count as a replacement. It's only a replacement if we truly, don't have any of it. Also, like I said, we're having a honeymoon and things. And there's some things I want to get for our honeymoon and a couple of other little things I want to get for our wedding. Nothing major. I found these personalized Val books that have Mickey and Minnie on them. I would really like to get those. So we decided, because anything that we buy for the honeymoon, let's just be honest, it's because I want it. It's not because like John could care less if we have matching shirts for the honeymoon. It just doesn't matter to him. And that's okay. I'm not being hateful. He doesn't care. I do care, and I would like them. So if I buy 2 shirts, one for me and one for John for our honeymoon, both of them have to come out of my budget. Because again, it's really buying something for me, not for him. In case you were wondering, John does not have a budget because John doesn't buy anything ever. He'll buy he plays an NHL hockey game, and he buys that once a year when it comes out. That's probably it. He's been wanting a new hat. He likes the Vancouver Canucks. That's his team. And he's been wanting a new hat for a year and a half. And he hasn't found one he likes. So eventually we're probably going to buy a hat. Maybe. If he ever finds one he likes. But John doesn't have this problem. So he doesn't have a budget. Because we were doing one thing where it was oh, we'll just buy one thing a paycheck each. But then John kept giving me his thing. So it wasn't really helpful. And I just didn't follow it. Because I didn't make a video about it. So here we go. Videos hold me accountable. So if I'm buying something for the honeymoon, even if it's for both of us, it counts in the budget because it's for both of us, but really it's for me. Now, we have a couple of things planned. And if we're going on a trip, an actual trip, then anything we get on there doesn't count for the budget. So let me just tell you what we have planned. And these are the things that if we buy stuff on these trips, it's excess stuff that's not in the budget. It's just the trip budget. So I'm going on a bachelorette party to Disney World. We're going to drink around the world in Epcot. I'm so excited. I've never done that. And could you imagine a more perfect bachelorette party? No. So I'm doing that at the end of the month. September 26th, I'll be in Epcot. And then we're going on our honeymoon. December 20th through the 25th will be in Disney World for our honeymoon. I know we're having a Disney honeymoon. I'm so excited. I've always wanted a Disney honeymoon. I just love Disney so much. So we have those 2 trips planned in 2020. In 2021, we don't have anything planned right now. So right now there's nothing that oh, if I do this, it's fine. Now in 2022, in January, I have a conference in Italy. And I'm so excited because it's going to be a really great conference. It's going to be great for making connections, especially because hopefully by then I might have a job, a professor job, because I'm currently getting my PhD and I graduate in 2022. So I can make some really good connections and collaborations, maybe looking for a postdoc. I don't know. So I'm really excited about it from an academic and professional point of view. But also we're going to be in Italy. And so the plan is that I'm definitely going because again, it's for my career. I mean, it's Italy, which is great, but it's for my career. So I'm definitely going. But we're hoping to be able for John to come too. So then we'll both go to Italy. I'll go to the conference. He'll just hang out. And then maybe stay an extra couple of days. We've toyed with the idea of maybe even going to France because I've always wanted to go to France, especially Disneyland Paris. I don't know, there's a lot. I mean, that's like a year and a half away. But, you know, these are just things we're thinking of. So that's another trip that we have planned where if we spend money there, it won't count in the budget. And in 2022, at some point, my mom wants us to have a family Disney cruise. So my mom's going to be turning 60 in 2022. And my sister will have Judah. That's my nephew's name. She's pregnant. She's due January 21st. So at my wedding, she will be like huge. It's the first niece or nephew I have by blood. John has 5 nieces, 1 nephew, and I love them too. But this is my sister's baby, and his name is Judah. We just found out he's a boy. I'm so excited. So Judah's gonna be there. You know, we're gonna have a big family Disney cruise. We don't know when yet because I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with my life. My brother and sister both have jobs and like are more stable, and I'm just like, hey, what's going on? I'm getting a degree again. So, you know, but that's another thing that we will probably, that like if we spend there, it won't count on the budget. So I guess maybe I should have said this before. How long is this like project gonna last? This is what I'm thinking. Definitely the end of 2020, no doubt. All of 2021. And I don't know how long into 2022. Because, I mean, like, we want to be able to save up and do, like, this amazing Italy trip. And again, I know I'd rather spend money on these experiences as opposed to, like, accumulating more and more material wealth. Like, I don't need that. So, also in 2022, we'll be moving. I don't know where, because I don't know where I'm going to have a job. Or if I'm going to have a job, let's just be honest. So, in 2022, maybe like once we move is when this will stop. Or maybe it'll never stop. Or maybe I'll, you know, because when I have a job, we'll hopefully, I won't be making the same amount of money that I'm making now. So maybe we'll like adjust the budget accordingly. But my goal is to not need a budget. I mean, like you always have to budget yourself, of course. But to not have to be super strict on my budget because I have such a problem with shopping. That's like the end goal of this. So I'm going to just keep it going pretty much indefinitely. But at least until we move, I think is like a good idea. And, you know, so again, this is just about acquiring material wealth. So if we spend money going out to eat, because we love to go out to eat, that won't count because I'm spending money on experiences. I really love going to like craft fairs and stuff. And it's not even about going to a craft fair to buy stuff. It's going to a craft fair just to see what people can make and see all these like crazy ideas and, you know, just be inspired. I love that. I'm not super creative in that way, but I appreciate it. So, you know, most craft fairs are between like $5 and $10 to get in. So if we spend like $20 to get into a craft fair, that won't count. Now, if at that craft fair I buy something, that will count. Food doesn't count, even if it's like more artisanal food. We're not going to count that because, again, that's an experience for us. So it's really just about buying more things. Is that John? Oh. He was just texting me he's got to go grocery shopping. Sorry, I was just making sure everything was fine. I was like, can he just hear me? And he's like, actually, no. That's what I thought he was doing. But he must have already left. So that's kind of what's going on. $100 a month. I will be updating you. Today's the 3rd. Haven't spent a dime of my $100. I'm doing so well. I will say I am going to have a haul because I've made a purchase before September, before I really decided to do this. And it hasn't come in yet. It hasn't even shipped. So I'll do a haul when all of that comes in. But that's not going to like count against my budget because it didn't really, you know, wasn't when I was doing this project. So yeah, it's partially about money just because I'd rather us have the money to do experiences and to go places and to do fun things than to just keep having more stuff. And it's also about just being able to control myself. So it's like, it's a twofold project. Because I know that we have this problem. A lot of people have this problem, and I don't think it's a strictly American thing, but maybe it's like more prevalent in America, where like we never have enough. And it's bad for our psyche, it's bad for the environment, and y'all know I care about the environment a lot. Hello, I'm an ecologist, I study it. So I think this is a good idea for us, or for me. I mean, like I said, John is like on board, he knows what I'm doing, but he doesn't have a problem, so he doesn't have to be as strict as I do. He also can't like decide to buy me things. We don't, maybe this is too much, I don't know. We don't buy each other presents. We just don't. We share a bank account. We've shared a bank account for over 2 years. Typically, gosh, I'm gonna sound like such a brat. I love to buy presents. I do. Buying presents does not count in the budget, in case you were wondering. It does not. I love buying presents for people. It just brings me so much joy because I try to be really specific and really thoughtful about what we buy. John is not the best at buying presents. He doesn't enjoy it, and he's not very good at it, if we're just being honest. He's just not. So when he tries to buy things for me, usually I either end up just picking it out for myself anyway, or he buys things and I'm like, I don't want this. So that's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. So we've just decided we don't do presents. Instead, what we do is we go out to eat on our birthdays or like on our anniversary or something, and that's it. And like I said, we just get stuff when we want it instead of like, oh, well, we're gonna have a present. So it's not like I'm gonna have $100 budget and then John's gonna be spending $400 buying me presents. It's not like that, because we don't do that. We will obviously be buying presents for other people for like Christmas and stuff. I have a whole present closet. So that's kind of the plan. Focus on spending our money on experiences instead of buying more stuff that we don't need. We really don't need it, and I know that. So I think this is good. I think that's really all I have. I don't know. I feel like I could talk about this forever. I did not know that was my last sip. That's the worst. But yeah. Also, okay, so I do have one more thing. I know I've been focusing a lot on talking about shopping small businesses. I love Etsy, love it so much. It's like my addiction. Again, I don't want to use that word. I don't say I have a shopping addiction, because addiction is like a very real psychological thing, and I've never been like, I haven't gone to somebody to talk about it or anything, and I don't want to, I think that word is really misused in America, maybe other places, but it's really misused, and it's kind of like overused to the point of like almost being a joke. So I don't want to say anything. I don't want to use that word. But I love Etsy, and I do, I pretty much only shopped small, except for groceries. But even when we go out to eat, we go to local restaurants and things like that, and that is going to continue. And that's also a great way for me, at least it helps me with my spending, because like I'm not going to go to TJ Maxx and spend like $100, because I'm not going to spend money at a big chain. I'm going to like wait and find it on Etsy, or find it at a farmer's market, or find stuff at like a local boutique or something like that. Like that's fine to me, again, within the budget. But I'm not going to go to these big chain stores and buy stuff. I'm just not going to do it. Not anymore. I'm getting better about where I spend my money and how much I spend. I'm committed to it. Hopefully making this video was going to keep me accountable, because like I said, I get these ideas, I get really excited about them, I tell John about them, and they last like 2 weeks, and then I'm just shopping again all the time. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, highly inspired by Hannah Louise Poston. I'll link her channel down below, because I'm not trying to like pretend like this is a novel idea. I know people do it all the time. So I'm not saying she's the one that came up with it, but she is definitely the one that inspired me the most to do this. So, hello Hippocampus. Also, things for the dogs count on the budget because I like to buy things for my dogs. That counts in the budget, unless it's like an actual, like dog food doesn't. But like, oh, let's get them a new seasonal collar. Okay, well, that counts in the budget. Like, Kanga's gonna get a wedding collar because she is going to be in the wedding pictures. I'm planning on it. We'll see if it's in the budget. All right, I think I'm just rambling now. So I hope you found this video informative. If you have questions, undoubtedly, with every single video, even like reviews that I post, I'll like post it and then I'm like, well, here's 20 things I forgot to say. I don't have a script or anything. I don't edit my videos. If you didn't know, I don't. I just, here we are. So, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, anything, I love, truly, speaking with y'all is my favorite part of doing YouTube. So anything you want to say, let me know. I'm excited by this. I think it's going to be a great way for me to improve on myself, because that's what life's about, is being better. And haven't been great so far about the shopping, and I think this will help me be better. So, yeah, I guess I'll just talk to you all real soon. Bye.